Hi. The Game Awards just happened tonight, and this is a very scuffed video because I don't have access to any of my recording equipment. So this is just going to be me talking to my phone, and I have a list of notes about the games that I cared about at the Game Awards. I'm not going to be talking about shit I didn't care about or didn't find interesting enough to make a note about. I just wanted to take an opportunity to talk about shit here. But before we get into it, I obviously need to talk about Elden Ring. I'm not trying to be like a salty fan, being like, "Oh, I was promised Elden Ring," because we weren't. Um, but I definitely think that it's very weird that we didn't get anything from Elden Ring when it was literally the most anticipated game. So, and it's my most anticipated game. I voted for it. So, I'm a little disappointed about that, but it is what it is. The only game I didn't take a note about that I want to talk about was Mass Effect. Fine, fine. I don't care enough. Like, I'm so apathetic to the point where it's like a strong emotion. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have strong feelings of apathy. So there's that. Okay, first things first. Smash. Smash is Smash. Like, Sephiroth's reveal was really cool. He fucking murdered Mario. That's super neat. That's dope as hell. Um, I'm very excited for Sephiroth. It means we're getting more Final Fantasy music. Hopefully, we get music from games other than 7. I'd really, really like to see like Blinded by Light, other parts of the 13 soundtrack, easily like a huge part of 15 soundtrack I would love to see, but odds are we're getting mostly Final Fantasy 7 tracks, but that'll be okay. Back for Blood. When I saw it, I went through the stages of grief very fast. Um, I saw it and I was like, cool, zombie game. Or whatever, like the intro shot or whatever is of a scientist and he's doing his thing, like experimenting on the worm thing that makes the zombies. But as like things were gathering together, like as I saw these 4 characters, as I saw the way the zombies were moving, I was like, this really reminds me of Left 4 Dead, and specifically Left 4 Dead 2 because I've been playing that a lot with my friend John Melody. Um, but as shit was going further and further, I was like, yeah, this really reminds me of Left 4 Dead 2. And especially as we started seeing the like zombie mutations and stuff like that, I was like, God damn it, this is bootleg Left 4 Dead. Well, so at first I was hoping that this was all just like they were pulling the wool over our eyes and they were about to reveal that it was Left 4 Dead 3. That would have been really, really cool. Unfortunately, it was not. It was Back for Blood, which is a spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead. And I talked about this a little bit with John as it was happening, but I'm very, very excited for it. I think it looks really, really cool. Um, so I'm definitely going to pick it up. And it comes out in a couple months, I guess. So look forward to me streaming that with John, and maybe some other people if I can gather them. Who knows? Fingers crossed. Next game I wanted to talk about is the Callisto Protocol. Um, I don't have a lot to say because I never played Dead Space, so I can't really comment on the similarities between the two. But I did really like. I just like the atmosphere it was giving off, so I'm very curious to see how that goes. So I'm cautiously optimistic and kind of looking into that. Also, before I move on to the next thing, I just remembered Back for Blood. There is going to be an open beta starting December 17th, which is the same day that we're getting Sephiroth like presentation. Not only will I not be streaming the presentation or the beta because I don't have access to my PC, but I can't even play the beta because I don't have access to my PC. And that sucks. So it's painful, but we do what we can. Um, Hoods, I don't. Was that the name? Like, okay, it was like the weird, like Robin Hood outlaw game thing. It just kind of looked neat. Like I don't feel too strongly about it. I looked at it and I was like, that's kind of neat. Dragon Age. Again, it's like that same thing where like I don't know anything about it. I just think it looks neat. Never played a Dragon Age game. I have a friend who's really into Dragon Age, and she was really excited about it. So good for her. Crimson Desert. Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about the most. First of all, that was a fucking movie, not a trailer. That was so long, but I was so interested in it, like the whole time. Part of me was hoping it was Elden Ring, and part of me was confident it was going to be Elden Ring until they showed off the gameplay, and then I knew it was too snappy and punchy for it to be a FromSoft game. So it still looks really, really good, and I'm definitely going to look into it and see how things are going as time moves on. It definitely appeals to just like my inner fantasy self. Like I love fantasy games, and I always will. I have a soft spot for them. Fire Emblem, like games with that kind of aesthetic, just they ooze charm for me, and I love them. So I'm definitely interested in Crimson Desert. Whatever the fuck that Odyssey game was, we're moving on now. Whatever the fuck that Odyssey game was, I don't actually care about it. I just wanted to note that Space Oddity played in the trailer, which, first of all, probably DMCA'd a bunch of Twitch streamers, so rest in peace. But also, I just like Space Oddity. It's a bop. Outriders. That was, okay, I had to think about it for a second, but I remember what that was. Outriders was the Square Enix presents Doom. Like as they were talking about how the game was going to work, I was like, it's Doom. And while that's not very creative, I do like Doom. Like there's not much I can say about it. Doom is fun. I like Doom. I need to pick up Eternal. I might pick it up because it's on sale right now, but we'll see. These next two are just like quickies. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. I'm happy for them. Get that bread. It's good to see it's good to see an old franchise come back in a very pretty new way. And Super Meat Boy Forever looks great, and both are 2D animated, and I really love 2D animated games, and I want to see more of those. So that looks really cool. Road 96 is a roguelike about escaping Petra or something. It's like a roguelike story game. It looks really interesting, and I just want to keep an eye on it, basically. Um, Star Wars, Tales from Galaxy's Edge. I just like Star Wars. Plain and simple, I just like Star Wars. So I'd love more Star Wars content. I don't own any VR systems, but I'd be down to get one to play this and other games. But Galaxy's Edge Tales from Galaxy's Edge looks good. I'm sure it's just an advertisement for that Disneyland thing. I did want to say that John brought up a great point during that trailer. He said he deserves the ability to cut C-3PO in half, and I agree. If the game doesn't let me fucking murder C-3PO, bad game. Monster Hunter Rise. I have played demos of Monster Hunter games, and I have played Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate on the 3DS, but like the visuals just like really fucked with my head. And I'm not a graphics snob. It was too much for me. I don't know why. Looking at the game just made me queasy. And I also played Monster Hunter games predominantly before I got into the Souls series, so I wasn't really used to that style of game. I recently played the Monster Hunter Generations like Cross or whatever demo on the Switch, and I had a much more fun time with that. So we'll see how Rise does. It looks like it's gonna have a lot of cool features, and I'll pick up the demo and see how I enjoy it. And then the last thing is Evil West. First of all, the cock teased me. They teased my cock real hard. Um, the way that shot looked when it was opening up, and this might just be me criticizing like the generic design of like the Wild West in a lot of games, but it looked like it was the church where you meet Sean. Yeah, Sean in Red Dead Redemption 1. And I got real excited. I was like, oh shit, this is it. A Red Dead Redemption 1 like remaster or remake. Like it's gonna look so pretty. I'm so excited. No, it's a weird zombie game. And I'm really tired of zombie games. I'm so tired of zombie games. But I'm still gonna look into it because I love cowboy games. So I have no other thoughts from the Game Awards about that. I saw Reggie there, and he made me smile. Same with Keanu. I gotta pick up Cyberpunk soon. if my PC could fucking handle it. So I should probably address the elephant in the room that is The Last of Us Part 2 sweeping. If you didn't expect that to happen, I don't know what to tell you. It is the sequel to one of the most critically acclaimed video games of all time, one of my personal favorite video games. I have yet to play it, but over there, I probably should have brought it up here as a prop, but a friend of mine gave me the Steelbook version of the game. I don't even have a PS4 or PS5 yet, so I can't fucking play it, but she gave me the Steelbook version of the game, which was very, very kind of her. So I will get around to playing it, and I will definitely review it, because it seems to be very divisive, much like Star Wars The Last Jedi, which I thought was fantastic. So I'm very open to what this game has to offer. So first of all, it's the equivalent of an Oscar bait game, and if you didn't predict it was going to win everything, especially Game of the Year, I don't know what to tell you. Especially when it won, like action game. They mentioned it in the Game Awards, but they're like, yeah, every game that wins like the best action game wins Game of the Year, and that's because all of those games, except for I think one of them, actually no, I think all of them were up for Game of the Year. So no matter what, that game was going to win Game of the Year, because why would you say it's the best action game when it's up against the exact same competition for Game of the Year, plus Animal Crossing, which was never going to win. I'm sorry, Animal Crossing was never going to win Game of the Year. So, that's all I have to say on the matter. Sorry that there's not going to be any content for a while, but I hope you all enjoy. Sephiroth looks really, really cool, and follow me on Twitter if you want updates. I feel like I don't advertise that enough, but Harusius on Twitter. Go ahead and look me up. I've got a little Christmas tree and a BLM in my name. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to drink your water and have yourselves a damn good one. Yeah. Thank you for all your support recently. It means the world to me. If you haven't already, you can subscribe. I would really appreciate that. I'd really like to start doing better on YouTube, because my Spelunky 2 video fucking bombed. But we shall see, we shall see. So, anyway, I appreciate the support. Leave a like, subscribe, all the cool stuff. Leave a comment if you have feelings. Hell, I'll listen to you piss and whine about The Last of Us Part 2 if you want. Cool? Cool. Okay, I'm gonna go play Smash with my homies. Ciao.